Hello, my name is Jiso and I'm reading Master Dōgen's Shōbōgenzō, and we're on to Kokyo, the Eternal Mirror, chapter 20 in the Nishijima Cross edition, and I'm up to paragraph 139 after we started yesterday. Great Master Seppo Shinkaku on one occasion preaches to the assembly, "If you want to understand this matter, my concrete state is like one face of the eternal mirror. When a foreigner comes, a foreigner appears. When a Chinaman comes, a Chinaman appears." Then Gensa steps out and asks, "If suddenly a clear mirror comes along, what then?" The master says, "The foreigner and the Chinaman both become invisible." Gensa says, "I am not like that." Seppo says, "How is it in your case?" Gensa says, "Please, master, you ask." Seppo says, "If suddenly a clear mirror comes along, how will it be then?" Gensa says, "Smashed into hundreds of bits and pieces." Now, the meaning of Seppo's words, "this matter," should be learned in practice as this is something ineffable. Let us try now to learn Seppo's eternal mirror in the words, "like one face of the eternal mirror." One face means the mirror's borders have been eliminated forever, and it is utterly beyond inside and outside. It is the self as a pearl spinning in a bowl. The present, when a foreigner comes, the foreigner appears, is about one individual, red beard. When a Chinaman comes, a Chinaman appears, although it has been said since the primordial chaos, since the reign of Banko, that this Chinaman was created from the 3 elements and 5 elements. In Seppo's words now, a Chinaman whose virtue is the eternal mirror has appeared. Because the present Chinaman is not a Chinaman, the Chinaman appears. To Seppo's present words, the foreigner and the Chinaman become both invisible. He might add, and the mirror itself also becomes invisible. Gensa's words, "smashed into hundreds of bits and pieces," mean the truth should be expressed like that. But why, when I have just asked you to give me back a concrete fragment, did you give me back a clear mirror? In the age of the Yellow Emperor, there are 12 mirrors. According to the family legend, they are gifts from the heavens. Alternately, they are said to have been given by the sage Kosai of Kodozan Mountain. The rule for using the 12 mirrors is to use one mirror every hour through the 12 hours, and to use each mirror for a month through the 12 months, and again to use the mirrors one by one, year by year, through 12 years. They say that the mirrors are Kosai's sutras. When he transmits them to the Yellow Emperor, the 12 hours and so on are mirrors with which to illuminate the past and to illuminate the present. If the 12 hours were not mirrors, how would it be possible to illuminate the past? If the 12 hours were not mirrors, how would it be possible to illuminate the present? The 12 hours, in other words, are 12 concrete sheets of mirror, and 12 concrete sheets of time are 12 mirrors. The past and present are what the 12 hours use. The legend suggests this principle. Even though it is a secular saying, it is in the reality of the 12 hours during which the Chinaman appears. Ken-en, the Yellow Emperor, crawls forward on Kodo Mountain and asks Kosai about the way. Thereupon Kosai says, mirrors are the origin of yin and yang. They regulate the body eternally. There are naturally 3 mirrors, namely the heavens, the earth, and human beings. These mirrors are without sight and without hearing. They will make your spirit quiet so that your body will naturally become right. Assured of quietness and of purity, your body will not be taxed and your spirit will not be agitated. You will thus be able to live long. In former times, these three mirrors are used to regulate the whole country and to regulate the great order. One who is clear about this great order is called the ruler of heavens and the earth. A secular book says, "The Emperor Taisho has treated human beings as a mirror, and thus he fully illuminates all problems of peace and danger, reason and disorder." He uses one of the three mirrors. When we hear that he treats human beings as a mirror, we think that by asking people of wide knowledge about the past and present, he has been able to know when to employ and to discharge saints and sages, as, for example, when he got Gicho and got Bogenrai. Bogenrai. To understand it like this is not truly to understand the principle which asserts that Emperor Taisho sees human beings as a mirror. Seeing human beings as a mirror means seeing a mirror as a mirror, seeing oneself as a mirror, seeing the 5 elements as a mirror, or seeing the 5 constant virtues as a mirror. When we watch the coming and going of human beings, the coming has no traces and the going has no direction. We call this the principle of human beings as a mirror. The myriad diversity of sagacity and ineptitude is akin to astrological phenomena. Truly, it may be as latitude and longitude. It is the faces of people, the faces of mirrors, the faces of the sun and the faces of the moon. The vitality of the 5 peaks and the vitality of the 4 great rivers passes through the world on the way to purifying the 4 oceans, and this is the customary practice of the mirror itself. They say that Taisho's way is to fathom the universal grid by understanding human beings, but this does not refer only to people of wide knowledge. There's a quote. "Japan, since the age of gods, has had 3 mirrors. Together with the sacred jewels and the sword, they have been transmitted to the present. One mirror is in the grand shrines of Ise. One is in the Hinokuma shrine in Kii no Kuni, and one is in the depository of the imperial court." End quote. Thus it is clear that every nation transmits and retains a mirror. To possess the mirror is to possess the nation. People relate the legend that these 3 mirrors were transmitted together with the divine throne and were transmitted by the gods. Even so, the perfectly refined copper of these mirrors is also the transformation of yin and yang. It may be that when the present comes, the present appears in them, and when the past comes, the past appears in them. Mirrors that thus illuminate the past and present may be eternal mirrors. Seppo's point might also be expressed: when a Korean comes, a Korean appears. When a Japanese comes, a Japanese appears. Or when a god comes, a god appears. When a human being comes, a human being appears. We learn appearance and coming like this in practice, but we have not now recognized the substance and details of this appearance. We only meet directly with appearance itself. We should not always learn that coming and appearance is a matter of recognition or a matter of understanding. Is the point here that a foreigner coming is a foreigner appearing? No, a foreigner coming should be an instance of a foreigner coming. A foreigner appearing should be an instance of a foreigner appearing. The coming is not for the sake of appearing. Although the eternal mirror is just the eternal mirror, there should be such learning in practice. Right. Yeah. Gensa steps out and asks, what if suddenly it meets the coming of a clear mirror? We should research and clarify these words. What might be the scale of the expression of this word clear? In these words, the coming is not necessarily that of a foreigner or of a Chinaman. This is the clear mirror which Gensō says can never be realized as a foreigner or as a Chinaman. Though a clear mirror coming is a clear mirror coming, it never makes a duality. Though there is no duality, the eternal mirror is still the eternal mirror, and the clear mirror is still the clear mirror. Testimony to the existence of both the eternal mirror and the clear mirror has been expressed directly in the words of Seppo and Gensō. We should see this as the Buddha's truth of essence and form. We should recognize that Gensō's present talk of the clear mirror coming is totally penetrating, and we should recognize that it is brilliant in all aspects. It may be that in his encounters with human beings, Gensō directly manifests himself, and that in manifesting directness, he can reach others. So should we see the clear of the clear mirror and the eternal of the eternal mirror as the same, or should we see them as different? Is there eternity in the clear mirror or not? Is there clarity in the eternal mirror or not? Do not understand from the words eternal mirror that it must necessarily be clear. The important point is that I am like that, and you are also like that. We should practice without delay, polishing the fact that all patriarchs of India were also like that. An ancestral master's expression of the truth says that for the eternal mirror there is polishing. Might the same be true of the clear mirror? What do you say? There must be learning and practice that widely covers the teachings of all Buddhas and all the patriarchs. Seppo's words, the foreigner and the Chinaman both become invisible, mean that the foreigner and the Chinaman, when it is the clear mirror's moment, are both invisible. What is the meaning of this principle of both being invisible? That the foreigner and the Chinaman have already come and appeared does not hinder the eternal mirror. So why should they both be invisible? In the case of the eternal mirror, when a foreigner comes, a foreigner appears, and when a Chinaman comes, a Chinaman appears. But the coming of the clear mirror is naturally the coming of the clear mirror itself. Therefore, the foreigner and the Chinaman reflected in the eternal mirror are both invisible. So even in Seppo's words, there is one face of the eternal mirror and one face of the clear mirror. We should definitely confirm the principle that just at the moment of the clear mirror coming, the clear mirror cannot hinder the foreigner and the Chinaman reflected in the eternal mirror. Seppo's present assertion about the eternal mirror, that when a foreigner comes, a foreigner appears, and when a Chinaman comes, a Chinaman appears, does not say that the foreigner and the Chinaman come and appear on the eternal mirror, does not say that they come and appear in the eternal mirror, does not say that they come and appear on the exterior of the eternal mirror, and does not say that they come and appear in the same state as the eternal mirror. We should listen to his words. At the moment when the foreigner and the Chinaman come and appear, the eternal mirror is actually making the foreigner and the Chinaman come. To insist that even when the foreigner and the Chinaman are both invisible, the mirror will remain, is to be blind to appearance and to be remiss with regard to coming. To call it absurd would not be going far enough. Then Gensō says, I am not like that. Seppo says, how is it in your case? Gensō says, please master, you ask. We should not idly pass over the words, please master, you ask, spoken now by Gensō. Without father and son having thrown themselves into the moment, how could the coming of the master's question and the requesting of the master's question be like this? When someone requests the master's question, it may be that someone ineffable has already understood decisively the state in which the question is asked. While the state of the questioner is already thundering, there is no place to escape. We know it. Seppo says, if suddenly a clear mirror comes along, how will it be then? This question is one eternal mirror which father and son are mastering together. Gensa says, smashed into hundreds of bits and pieces. These words mean smashed into 100,000 myriads of bits and pieces. What he calls the moment when suddenly a clear mirror comes along is smashed into hundreds of bits and pieces. That which is able to experience the state of smashed into hundreds of bits and pieces may be the clear mirror. When the clear mirror is made to express itself, the expression may be smashed into hundreds of bits and pieces. Therefore, the place where smashed bits and pieces are dangling is the clear mirror. Do not take the narrow view that formerly there was a moment of not yet being smashed to bits and pieces, and that latterly there may be a moment of no longer being smashed to bits and pieces. The expression is simply smashed into hundreds of bits and pieces. Confrontation with the hundreds of smashed bits and pieces is a solitary and steep unity. This being so, does this smashed into hundreds of bits and pieces describe the eternal mirror, or does it describe the clear mirror? I would like to ask further for words of transformation. At the same time, it neither describes the eternal mirror nor describes the clear mirror, though hitherto we have been able to ask about the eternal mirror and the clear mirror. When we discuss Gensa's words, might it be that what is manifesting itself before us is only sand, pebbles, fences and walls, has become the tip of a tongue, and thus smashed into hundreds of bits and pieces? I lost that sentence several times. I'm going to start again. At the same time, it neither describes the eternal mirror nor describes the clear mirror, though hitherto we have been able to ask about the eternal mirror and the clear mirror. When we discuss Gensa's words, might it be that what is manifesting itself before us as only sand, pebbles, fences and walls has become the tip of a tongue, and thus smashed into hundreds of bits and pieces? What form does smashing take? Eternal blue depths, the moon in space. Well, eternal blue depths, the moon in space. We'll leave it there. Thank you for listening.